As a father of 5, Russell Ball says he wants to set an example for his kids.
Got you. I got you.
And as an educator, to set an example for his students.
It's worth it in the end to stand up for what you believe in and stand up for marginalized populations that may not have a voice of their own.
Ball was a teacher at Three Rivers Middle School, and in his classroom, he proudly displayed his pride flag.
So it was important to me to maintain for my students that there is a safe place for them to be and that they still had support within the school.
But he says last Friday, the principal emailed the middle school staff telling them to take their pride flags down. The email mentions an external challenge in the district that has reached the board level as the reason behind the order.
I was quite livid that something that means so much to me has been taken as being political and divisive when really it just stands for love and acceptance.
Ball then got a second email Monday morning telling him to take his flag down.
I chose to leave mine up. By second period, I had received a text message from my principal directly demanding that it be removed by the start of fourth hour. That's when, during my third hour plan period, I packed my stuff up and tendered my resignation.
Ball says it was worth it because to him, the pride flag is more than just a symbol.
There is extreme mental health issues that come with being an LGBTQ student in public schools, with higher suicide rates, lower attendance rates, higher dropout rates. Representation in schools makes a huge difference.
They say men are from Venus, women from Mars, and the drastic gender differences even include drugs and drug addiction.
We have a higher percentage of male clients pretty much every day than we do female clients.
At the Community Healing Center's Gilmore Detox in Kalamazoo, there are almost always more men than women. Nursing supervisor Jamie Rohr says there are 2 primary reasons why. For one,
men are able to schedule their appointments sooner, come in even same day often, and then a lot of them, even if they have children, they're not necessarily the primary caregiver.
Rohr says more women than men are single parents, and childcare becomes a barrier for moms who need the full 19 days of inpatient drug treatment. Women also tend to quit in the middle if they can't find long-term caregivers for their kids. The second gender difference when it comes to drug rehab involves women's primary care physicians.
Women sometimes are able to hide their addiction for longer because they binge use. That's a little bit more common in women versus men that tend to be daily users.
And daily users are easier to spot. They typically present with more symptoms than occasional users would. Well, Rohr says what that means is that women are asked far less frequently by doctors about drug use and are therefore far less inclined to seek treatment on their own without a doctor's referral.
So the primary care providers or providers in the hospital just don't tend to ask women as often about their substance use or alcohol use as they do men. So that's just another opportunity to talk about their problems that's being missed in the outpatient setting.
The holiday hustle is here. I can tell you we have been here at Tin Can for about 10 minutes and you could already see the long lines forming. People are back in their hometown to see family and friends. And yes, as you said, Andy, the Kalamazoo Department of Public Safety says that they're seeing less drunk drivers on the streets because people are taking advantage of ride-sharing apps like Uber and Lyft. But as we're finding out today, that is a struggle. It's a struggle to find a driver these days.
Tonight, people are eager to hit the bars.
Just a great night to blow off steam.
Just thought it was a good night. You know, people are back in town.
But when the night ends, it could be a nightmare for some who don't plan ahead.
It's been hard in general getting Ubers or Lyfts.
It's frustrating since there's less drivers and it's less accessible. It's like, oh, well, who's in the DD tonight?
Tonight, this group has a designated driver, but locating a driver is a struggle they say they've experienced firsthand. And rideshare drivers know they're in high demand.
Every time I'm out, it's busy the whole time that I'm driving. And I hear from customers that they've been waiting 20, 30 minutes, hour, and sometimes they can't even get a ride.
I've had a lot of people tell me about it.
It's a party in here. Chris Burrows, who's been driving both Uber and Lyft for more than 6 years, says on a night like tonight, he drives between 50 to 70 people.
I like to be known as the party Uber and Lyft. So I decorated it Put lights all inside, even have a dog inside.
The dog rides with you?
Yeah.
An Uber spokesperson
co-driver.
tonight saying it's aware that there are longer wait times, but it's not unique to Michigan. It's a trend around the country, and it's only increasing with holiday season underway. Burrows says he knows he's a valuable asset, providing a safe drive home with some fun along the way.
When they get in, they're always like, oh yes, we got the party Uber.
An Uber spokesperson tells me they have a driver stimulus package to encourage those drivers to get out and drive. As far as KDPS, they say they are keeping an eye out on the bars and this area in downtown Kalamazoo tonight.